Symbolizing strength, courage, and fearlessness, the tiger is probably one of the most iconic and recognizable animals on the planet. In the second episode of Endangered Inhabitants, in a change of pace, we'll be looking at the face of charismatic megafauna in Panthera tigris, the tiger. Tigers can currently be divided into two subspecies, the mainland tiger, Panthera tigris, native to the Asian mainland, and the Sunda island tiger, Panthera sondaica, native to the islands of Indonesia. Historically, up to 9 different subspecies have been recognized. These include the extant Bengal, Malayan, Indo-Chinese, South China, Siberian, and Sumatran, with the extinct Caspian, Javan, and Bali tigers. Only until 2015, when comprehensive analysis of morphological, ecological, and mitochondrial DNA revealed that only 2 existed, these subspecies were then downgraded to just populations. Just stick with me. I know it's complicated, just stick with me. Tigers are the biggest, most brolic of the big cats, having a head-to-body length of 1.4 to 2.8 meters or 4.7 to 9.2 feet. Males range from 100 to 260 kilograms or 270 to 570 pounds, while females come in between 75 to 160 kilograms or 165 to 350 pounds. It is important to note that tigers vary greatly in size depending on the subspecies or population examined. The largest existing population of tigers are the Siberian tigers, while the smallest are the Sumatran tigers. Their bodies are incredibly muscular, with shortened legs, strong forelimbs, and wide front paws, a large head, and a tail to help keep balance on the short sprints it takes while trying to acquire its daily bread. The most famous feature that sets tigers apart from other felids is its coat. One of the few striped cats, the stripes are thought to be advantageous in camouflage in vegetation with vertical patterns of light and shades such as trees, reeds, and tall grass. Native to Asia, tigers once had an extensive range and still do to an extent. They are presently extant in India, Russia, Indonesia, Nepal, Thailand, Malaysia, Bhutan, Bangladesh, China, and Myanmar. While that may seem like a lot, it is believed they have lost more than 93% of their historic distribution. The countries they've been extirpated from would be most of China, most of Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Iran, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Uzbekistan, both the Koreas, Turkey, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Georgia, Iraq, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Hong Kong, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Singapore. Tigers are only limited by the amount of prey in the area. Habitat doesn't really matter as they are generalists. They can be found from the jungles of Sumatra to the Russian Far East and everything in between. They can be found in forests, grasslands, savanna, shrubland, wetlands, and even coastal environments like mangroves. As carnivorous apex predators, tigers prefer to hunt deer, large bovids, and wild pigs. They will also opportunistically prey on smaller species like monkeys, ground-based birds like peafowl, rodents, and fish. Even attacks on Asian elephants and Indian rhinoceros have been reported, though the validity of these could be called into question. Tigers will also consume livestock and dogs when in close proximity to settlements, the problems of which we'll discuss in a bit. Tigers are solitary, having absolutely massive home ranges or territories. The size of these ranges depend on prey abundance, geographical area, and the individual's sex. Males and females will defend these ranges from members of the same sex, but the territory of a male encompasses that of multiple females. They use scent markers of urine and feces to mark their territory, just as I do. Like most cats, tigers are ambush predators. While stalking, it will switch between creeping forward and staying still while crouching with its head lowered in the foliage. They will continue this up until about 30 meters or 98 feet away from prey. If they are seen before this threshold, the tiger won't even bother continuing the hunt. If they are able to make it close enough, they can sprint at about 56 kilometers per hour, 35 miles per hour, to apprehend prey. It will latch onto prey with their big, meaty, retractable claws. It kills via strangulation, biting the throat until the prey's game ended. The resident male mates with all the females in their home range, who themselves signal their receptiveness by roaring and marking. After doing the nasty, gestation lasts for around 3 months. Cubs are born deaf and blind. Cubs normally stay with their moms for about 18 to 24 months. While with her, they learn everything from her and try and keep a low profile. Males that aren't their father will kill them to bring their mother into estrus, just as I would. Tigers are listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. It is thought there are anywhere between 2,600 and 3,900 left in the wild. The biggest threat to tigers is the hunting of them and their prey. There is a massive market for tigers and their parts, whether for use in traditional medicine or in the exotic pet trade, possibly as tourist attractions. Oh, and it goes so much deeper with captive big cats in general. Here's a depressing stat for ya! There are more captive tigers in the American state of Texas than there are in the wild by a sizable margin. Private ownership of big cats should be illegal regardless of circumstance unless a license is present. Human-wildlife conflict is also a big contributing factor in tiger declines. While generally trying to avoid humans, tigers will attack and prey on livestock, which can lead to villagers to try and kill them in retaliation. Habitat destruction is also a massive threat, as tigers need massive spaces for healthy populations to exist. It's extremely hard to strike a balance in countries with gigantic populations like India and China, but this balance has to be met in order for successful coexistence. But as charismatic megafauna, if there's one animal who will get all the conservation support in the world and can probably bounce back from this bad spot if we care enough, it would be the tiger. I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Like tigers themselves and their use in charismatic megafauna, I wanted to try and use more famous animals to draw attention to the series before we can get to the really small and weird animals. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below, or just thoughts in general, critiques, anything. Please let me know. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Peace.